In preparation to start the master cleanse, I tried to scour the internet and find people's vlogs and video diaries of how they've made it through the full 10 days of said cleanse. For those of you who don't know, the master cleanse is the cayenne pepper, lemon, maple syrup, and water for 10 days. Basically, I'm making this as a diary of my experience throughout this cleanse. I'm on day 1. I'm on my third glass here. It's fine. Last night we had a last supper, if you will. It was more of a feast, and I slammed as much into my mouth as I could, which I think is a good way of going out, because that literally would have been the last meal that I picked for myself. If I was in jail and had my last meal, that would have been it. I'll throw a picture up of it and you'll see how delicious it was. But I'm not going to talk about it because it's talking about food and I can't have that for 10 days now. So, I woke up this morning and the first thought in my head was, I'm hungry. Which is rare. My train's here. I hate it already. My first thought this morning when waking up was, I'm hungry. Which is actually not a common thought for me. I'm not a big breakfast person. In fact, I usually have an energy drink or a cup of coffee, and that's pretty much my breakfast until I've woken up 2 hours later or so. Then I'll venture into the fruit and yogurt and other stuff. At the beginning of the year, I decided I wanted to become healthy and fit, and so I was exercising and eating a ridiculously low amount of calories, and it was just kind of a weird diet I couldn't stick to and was so out of the ordinary for me. But I mean, I did stick with it for a while, but found myself allowing more and more cheat days or cheat meals, or because I said, well, I'm not gonna cut alcohol out of my diet because I really don't drink that much. I found myself drinking more. Being like, well, I ate a salad for lunch so I can have 6 beers for dinner. So I think that this cleanse is a good way for me to get back on track. My body hasn't been feeling just right lately, and so hopefully this will cleanse it all through. And it's kind of my clean slate. It's starting with a fresh new day, a fresh new body. After my 10 days, I'm actually gonna, as long as I last, I'm gonna jump into the cabbage soup diet, which is another sort of cleanse where you just eat cabbage soup. I'm only gonna do that for 4 days. And that's because coming off of this cleanse, your body is not gonna have food for 10 days. And so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is shove as much, I probably just wanna put an entire baguette in my body with bacon. But I can't do that because I'll explode. So we'll do technically 14 days without having like a legit solid food. 2 weeks. I have 13 days from now. Piece of cake. So basically I'm gonna be trying to keep track of how I'm feeling each day, what my mood is. I remember I quit the 3rd day before. I tried to do this cleanse about a year or 2 ago and wasn't really committed to it, and I just was overthinking it and letting my body go, oh, you need food, no you don't, drink this, and then thinking to myself, do I need food? I might need food. Am I hungry? Which now I'm doing that again right now. This is the information I wanted before starting, and since it wasn't out there, I guess I decided to just give it to you. I'm allergic to lemons. I'm also going to run through how I prepare the cleanse for myself. I mean the actual liquid concoction. And then what the evening routine is, which is a different tea called Smooth Move. It's a laxative sort of tea. Really looking forward to it. I don't know why I'm supposed to take it at night, but I'm supposed to take it at night. Smooth move. Cayenne. Oof. When I had done the cleanse before, I basically mixed an entire large jug with the cayenne, with the maple, with the lemons, everything before, and just would sip it out of a straw throughout the day. And it ended up getting icky and everything just, no. So I'm gonna slowly add everything together day by day. Obviously on a day that I can't bring my kitchen with me, I'm going to be preparing as much as I can in little individual containers and packets and jars, mason jars. So that's what I'll be showing you next. So now I'm going to show you how to prepare one jar or glass or cup, container, one serving, helping, meal of the juice. I don't happen to have a juicer or I don't know, that thing. I don't have one of those. I had one of those. I don't know what happened to it. Somehow during the move it got lost. I squeeze by hand. I cut my lemons into quarters. If you don't know what that means, you cut it in half and then cut the half in half. You want to make sure you squeeze all the juice that you can out. And just, you know, kind of a warning, you will find every hangnail you've ever had while doing this. I use this strainer. I usually use it to rinse off like fruits and vegetables that I'll get from the grocery store, so perfect. I pretty much set it right over my jar. This is not how you do it, but this is how I do it. So I squeeze all the juice out. 1 whole lemon per jar. So 4 slices. Math is fun! Oh. I know what you're thinking. And yes, there is lemon juice all over my counter. When some people are done with their lemons, they like to compost it, put it in your fridge, make it smell good. You can put it down your garbage disposal, make that smell good. You could save it for like a craft that you need, or if you're cutting like lemon wedges or getting like a twist in your drink, just save them for when you need them, just right in that fridge. What I like to do is I put them in this little container I have over here. That's a special place for things like lemon wedges. That's just personally how I like to treat my leftover lemon rinds. Then we're gonna add some water. Don't show the label. I like to fill my mason jar to the first, to there. Now we're gonna add our maple syrup. The kind I use is from Trader Joe's. It may or may not be in this shot right now, but you can't see the label. And it's 100% pure maple syrup, and it's grade B, which apparently is very important. No Mrs. Butterworths for this. Who knew there were different grades of maple syrup? Canadians. I add a tablespoon. Now it's time for the cayenne pepper. I personally don't use too much cayenne because I'm white, so I literally have a pinch. Boop. So one of the more convenient things about using a mason jar is that it comes with a lid. It's kind of a funky lid, it's got like 2 pieces, but just deal with it. Oh jeez. Cheers! That might be my best one yet. And that's how you make that.